Hello everyone, this is I, Mr. Kerfuffles, and welcome to a work of art. This game is basically made by the same people that made the test. Let's see, what else? It's Randumb Studios. I've actually gotten in contact with the main developer themselves for giving a name to possibly use within this game, mind you, this game alone. A random name that I decide to put in for a character at chance. No idea. But this is also the same developer that Markiplier has played from the 3 test games and possibly some others. And there's even some that I have as well. Let me actually bring up my library and look back to those. Okay, so from the developers of Randumb Studios, what I have specifically would be, oh god, it's been quite a long time. The horrorscope, there's that, the test, Final Revelations, the test, Secrets of the Soul, and of course the 3 test games, because I've even wanted to try them myself because they looked very interesting. So this is their latest new game of a work of art. Upon scanning their surroundings, the tavern appears eerily desolate, though the sound of music echoes melodiously from an antiquated, time-worn stage.
Whoa, Ronnie! Did you see the chest on that bard?
And that voice, it's kinda haunting, but in a sexy way, you know? Ronnie? Huh? Ronnie? You dumb or something? Huh? No. It's just... I don't know, man. Are you sure about this?
Am I sure about what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Are you sure we should be discussing business in public like this? It feels a little unsafe, Arthur.
Unsafe? The hell you on about?
Well, like, should we meet somewhere more private?
Look around, dingus! You see anyone in here? Place is emptier than a pauper's purse.
What about the barmaid? Or that bard chick?
I think I saw someone drinking at the bar when we walked in, too. They're halfway across the tavern, Ronnie. And that bard's belting her pretty little face off and strumming that creepy yet mildly arousing tune.
The music is absolutely beautiful, I must say. It's perfect for a theme like this. I love it. Ooh! Now this would be something I would play if I was in a D&D campaign. Oh my god. This would definitely be some kind of music I would play during a D&D campaign.
You really think anyone's gonna hear us? Come on, man. You've always been such a worry. You know your old pal Arthur ain't gonna let nothing happen to you, right?
Yeah, but that's what you said about the Holtzman job, and look how that one turned out.
Alright, answer me this, Ronnie. Did you die?
Someone did.
Okay, but did you?
Well, no, but...
Then shut your lips, fathead! Have some faith in my guidance for once, will ya?
Fine. But I don't want anyone to die this time, Arthur.
If you follow my lead and do exactly as I say, no one will have to, Ronnie. Understood? I guess. Attaboy.
So what's the plan then? You got a new job for us?
I got a couple of things floating around. All in due time, my friend.
I don't really have to sit. I don't really have time to sit around and wait, Arthur. If I don't score something big and soon, the bossman said he'd smash my sack into nut butter. The family jewels.
Yikes! Boss, don't screw around, Ronnie.
Yeah, and it gets worse. He said once he was done pureeing my nuts, he'd spread them on toast and feed them to my mother. Jesus Christ! Oh, the family jewels! That's pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, Ronnie. I need a drink. Oh God, no. I swear, I felt something there. He'll do it too. I know you fucking do it, Arthur. You got a job for us or not?
Let me see what I can do. I think I might have something.
Here. I'll cover up tab and head out. Don't worry, Ronnie. Everything's gonna be alright. Got it? You say so. If you find anything, Arthur, please.
You'll be the first to know, buddy. Promise. Just chill out, relax, and I'll see you in a bit, alright? Hell, maybe you should go hit up that pretty bar lass. Get out of your head for a while. It'll do you some good. Alright, well, maybe you're right. I'll probably head out of here real soon, though. I'll see you around, man.
Arthur swings around in his seat with drink still in hand before guzzling the remaining dregs of his ale in a hurry. Arthur sets his empty mug down atop the table and with a nervous smile aimed in Ronnie's direction, begins to take his leave with curious haste. Oh my God, not a good way to start things off, goddamn.
Well, I suppose I should get going too.
Oh, fuck.
Well, hello there, beautiful. I'm Ronnie. What's a lovely girl like you doing in a place like this? You know, if you're down, you could easily sell at the Bard Rock Cafe. That tavern's twice as big as this place. It's always packed.
Upon approaching the woman, Ronnie notices that her eyes are shut as she sings. The bard swings back and forth with the melody echoing off the tavern walls as she gently strums her instrument. Entirely fixated on her performance, she pays no attention to Ronnie's presence.
Well, that's about how I expected that to go. I've got more important places to be anyway. Who knows? Maybe there's someone up there at the bar that will be interested. I just gotta find a few drinks and I'm all ready. That's all.
In the darkest corner of the tavern sits atop a sobbing woman draped in holy attire. Tears run rampant down her cheeks and cries of anguish bellow from the within. Empty bottles pile around her as she takes a deep sip from her mug. With a strained sigh, she buries her face in her hands and weeps.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting this. I don't think I've ever seen a drunk nun before. What's the matter, lady? What you crying for? Forgive yourself for your latest sin? Or did the priest choose one of your better-looking sisters over you for Sunday fun day?
Dude, not cool. Not cool. The cloaked woman begins to raise her head from her hands and she slowly turns to gaze at Ronnie. Her glazed eyes locked with his. They share an awkward silence for a brief moment before the woman begins to speak in a low-toned, gravelly voice. You may ask me why I weep, child? The distraught, inebriated woman pauses for a moment, eyes still locked within Ronnie's, as though she's peering into his very direct soul. I weep for you.
Huh? You don't even know me, lady.
I weep for you, Ronnie. I weep for you. After a short and abrupt eruption of anger, the woman once again begins sobbing uncontrollably into her hands, stopping only long enough to intermittently choke down the occasional swig of ale. Ronnie stands stiff and silent in a state of befuddlement upon hearing the woman's ominous words.
Whoa. Maybe you do know me? I sure don't know you. Sister, you're giving me the creeps. I'm out of here.
I'm pretty sure nuns would pretty much know anyone.
Score! Looks like the barmaid's back. Time to work my magic.
Ronnie eagerly approaches the barmaid, full of confidence and poise.
I've never seen you around here before, miss. You must be here because I'm certain I'd remember a pretty face as yours. Remember a face as pretty as yours. Fuck.
The barmaid blushes at Ronnie's forwardness, cracking a small but visible smile.
Small but visible smile.
Aw, that's very sweet of you to say. I actually just started here last week.
I thought so. I wanted to ask you something.
The barmaid pauses for a brief moment in sudden realization, as though she's just urgently remembered something of significant importance. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be Ronnie, would you?
Well, that depends on who's asking, I suppose.
Some guy came in here earlier and dropped something off for you, and it's got your name on it. The barmaid presents a crimson-smudged envelope to Ronnie and passes it over the counter. Ronnie eyes the envelope cautiously before tentatively accepting it. Ronnie opens the envelope to reveal a handwritten letter addressed to him.
Ronnie begins to nervously read from the mysterious stained parchment. Dear Ronnie, I know times have been tough, and I'd like to present you with an offer. A man of your talents would be perfectly suited for a job like this. There rests an old farmhouse atop a small hill in Milton Lane. I trust you know the area well. Milton Lane? I think that's where my last job was. The old man who resides in the farmhouse is currently away visiting family down south. However, he's expected to return Thursday morning, so time is of the essence. I believe you'll find quite the fortune ripe for the taking, hidden around the house. Whatever you find is yours to keep. Thursday? That's tomorrow! I don't have a whole lot of time! Use what you find to get back on your feet. I ask nothing in return, but only that you follow through with this opportunity and make the most of it. Signed, Arthur. So Arthur was the one who gave us the letter, and he could have told us this anytime sooner. Thanks, Arthur, buddy. Thanks, buddy chum pal, buddy Bob. Yes! I knew Arthur would pull through for me. This does seem a little strange, though. Why didn't Arthur just hand this to me earlier? Wait! Arthur must have known it was too risky to talk about it in person after all. He must set this whole thing up to hand in the letter to me for a new job. Or hand the letter off to me for a new job. Arthur, you sly dog. I guess I really should trust in his guidance after all. The old man's supposed to return tomorrow morning, so that only gives me a few hours to get in and get out. So, we got a job to do. The barmaid smiles warmly at Ronnie with a glint in her eye before speaking with a slight hesitance in her voice. My name's Sophia, by the way. I really like your vest. While the barmaid attempts to make conversation, Ronnie's eyes fixate on the letter, reading the last few lines over and over again, lost in deep thoughts. Caught in a trance-like state, Sophia's words fall upon deaf ears as Ronnie obliviously ignores the woman's advances. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir? I believe you were gonna ask me something earlier. No time, sorry. I gotta get going. Thanks, though. Now, if I leave soon, I should have enough time to grab the most valuable stuff before the old man comes back. Well, I guess I'll go fuck myself then. Cheapskate didn't even pay his tab. I actually thought he was cute in a low-life scumbag dorky sort of way. Oh. Maybe I'll try my luck with the cute bard girl once my shift is over. What I wouldn't give to rest my head on those sweet, sweet melons while she sings me to sleep for a night. Oh. You and me both. Damn. That makes 2. After drunkenly staggering through the streets for several hours, Ronnie finally makes it to his destination. A dark, finely upheld farmhouse sits atop under the moonlight on Milton Lane. A place of recent and unwelcome history for Ronnie. I was just here the other week. I had to run through here when fleeing the neighbor's house when the last job went sour. I really hope the old man isn't home. No one wants to be known for the guy who robs and kills old folks. I can still see a look of panic on that woman's face as she tumbled down the stairs. Her screams, they still ring so loudly in my ears. No. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's just gonna go nice and smooth, Ronnie. We're just gonna get in, get out, and never come back to this side of town again. I just gotta go find the best way to get in this place. A small campfire burns hot, cutting through the cold, biting air. From the state of these logs, it appears that the fire hasn't been burning for long. Well, this isn't a good sign. Someone must be out here. I'll have to keep an eye out. Ah, shit. I remember when I was young, I fell down one of these things. They still freak me out when I stare into them.
Ronnie hangs over the edge of the well and peers down into the darkness. He gets a chill up his spine while staring into the vast unknown. Oh, that's a grave.
Off the beaten path and into the woods, Ronnie comes across a painting of a woman surrounded by lit candles, seemingly placed at the base of a tree. Who would leave candles burning out in the middle of the woods like this? Something doesn't feel right here.
Yeah, it feels like someone is here. It would give that feeling. Let's try over here.
This is the way to the old lady's house I robbed. Can't handle going back there. Besides, I can't leave here empty-handed. If I don't score big, who knows what terrible things the boss has in store for me. A crooked sign marks the road for travelers. East, Painter's Farm. West, Holtzman Residence. Heaps of dry wood have been collected for kindling. Countless spiders weave their webs within the piles as slugs make their home upon the surface of the wood. I'll bet it took an awfully long time to cut this much wood. Seems untouched in quite some time, though. A dull woodcutter's axe rests deeply wedged in a dry tree stump. The head of the axe still looks rusted and worn, and the handle is splintered beyond repair. Looks like this axe hasn't been used in quite a while. I'll bet the old man who lives here is too weak and fragile to wield this heavy thing anymore. That's a good sign for me. Fastest way in would be to break the door down. Might also alert unwanted company. I'll bet there's a key hidden around here somewhere. If there's anything I've learned about breaking and entering, 9 times out of 10 there's a spare key hidden somewhere in the property in case of emergencies. Now if I were a key, where would I be? The fuck was that? Hello? Is anyone out there? Nothing but silence in return in response to Ronnie's calls, and the veil of night cloaks most of the property from a distance. It's probably just a cat or something. I gotta find that key and get out of here. A washbin full of mold-ridden clothes and stagnant water sits below the clothesline, emitting a putrid odor. That don't smell right. Old man has nothing to look. Old man must not have anyone looking after him. Old tattered garments in rather poor condition are strung across the clothesline. Wonder if someone forgot about these clothes out here. They seem as though they're beyond saving at this point.
was not there before.
After exploring the area, Ronnie comes across a small dirt-ridden doll sitting atop a tree stump.
Well, if this isn't the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Who put this doll here, and why? The eyes of the doll peer forward in a fixed gaze, and it seems to be covered in a dry, crimson substance.
Crimson? Like blood? Ugh, I hope that's not blood. What else would be crimson besides some kind of dirt?
Upon further inspection, the doll appears to be holding something in its hand. The hell is that? The abhorrent doll carries what seems to be a key, tucked neatly between its fingers.
Oh, fuck off. The old man hides his keys on creepy dolls. What a weirdo. Man, I don't even want to touch the fucking thing.
After some intense contemplation, Ronnie soon comes to the realization that he has no choice but to take the key away from the doll.
Fuck! Ah! If this isn't the creepiest looking doll. Oh, I know how to make this even better.
No lights. Ronnie reaches his hand towards the doll and grabs hold of the key. However, no matter how hard he tugs, the key won't break loose from the doll's grip.
Yo, what's the deal?
It appears that the key is stitched to the doll's hand. Ronnie suddenly realizes that in order to use the key, he's gonna have to take the doll with him to the house.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I have to carry this damn thing around. Great.
Ronnie hesitantly snatches up the doll and begins to make his way towards the front door once again.
Honestly, I'm gonna stop doing that. Who the fuck stitches their spare key to a doll's hand? This guy ain't right. And look at that. Look at that. There's blood on the stump. Just... How? All right. Here goes nothing.
Ronnie approaches the cracked wooden door of the old farmhouse with the doll and key in hand. He lifts the doll up with while positioning the key snugly into the lock before gently turning it.
Success, and we're in.
The painter's farmhouse.
Upon entering the farmhouse, the smell of food permeates Ronnie's nostrils, and a low bubbling noise can be heard in the distance. Huh. Smells surprisingly good in here. And wherever that smell is, it's making me hungry. And what am I doing with this creepy thing? See ya, toots! Firelight flickers in the distance around the darkened corners of nearby corridors. The light illuminates parts of the surrounding area and makes it easier, a little easier, to say the least, to see through the darkness. I really hope no one's home. This could get real awkward real fast. Maybe I should just announce myself in case. If I get a response, I'll just hightail it out of here and figure something out. If I don't,
I don't have it in me to get violent tonight.
Ronnie, hesitant at first, works up the courage to announce himself up to the darkness.
Heyo, Ronnie here. Just dropping by to fix your leaky roof.
The hell was that, Ronnie? Why would someone sneak into a person's home to fix a roof?
Hello? Anyone there?
No response can be heard to answer Ronnie's calls in the night. The dwelling appears to be currently uninhabited. All right, let's see if there's anything of value around here. The doll sits atop a wooden stool, quiet and still. Creepy little fucker.
Yeah, it is. A small wooden cage sits in the corner of the room. It appears to be broken. I wonder what was kept in here. Ah, jeez. Upon the table sits an open book with strange markings. Among the markings is a pentagram drawn in red with an incantation and descriptor on the following page.
The hell is this? The book's filled with a plethora of occult rituals and insidious glyphs. This page appears to depict images of a soul being transferred from a corpse to an inanimate vessel.
I'm just gonna leave this here. Then again, it might be worth some coin. But also, might open a portal to another dimension and yank me by the nads through the endless abyss. Looks like we have a dilemma. Maybe we'll come back to this after. Or to this later. A stone mortar and pestle sits on the table. Minerals have been ground into a fine powder within. Mineral powder. If there was once anything of value here, it's ruined now.
A creaky wooden bed rests pressed against the wall. Thin linen sheets and a thick feather stuffed pillow.
If I lay down for even a moment, I'd surely sleep till morning. Now, looks like this leads outside to the garden. I should probably look for valuables before I head outside. A large chest of drawers sits against the wall. Which drawer would you like to open? Middle. Empty.
Various sizes of used paintbrushes litter the bottom of the drawer, along with a bag of assorted tools.
And looks like a bunch of junk with this one. Really striking out here.
Old, poorly sketched art.
Well, don't look like much. Better than anything I could do.
Large wooden cupboard holds stacks of clean dishes piled atop one another.
These dishes aren't worth much. That's rather frustrating.
Old dilapidated stove sits in the corner of the kitchen. Doesn't appear to be in working condition and looks as though it hasn't been touched in years. Not even good for scrap metal. How disappointing. At the edge of the kitchen sits a wicker basket filled to the brim with crimson hot chili peppers. They have an extreme curvature to them, making them very uniquely different than your average pepper.
These peppers look kind of funky.
A keg full of ale rests on the kitchen floor. It appears to bear the symbol of the Twisted... That's seriously the tavern? This motherfucker... He has an entire untapped keg of ale just sitting in his kitchen. If nothing else, I'll snag this on the way out. Oh my god. That's literally the tavern's name. Oh my... Oh, wow. That's literally the name of the tavern. No way. Who thought of that name? That is literally the most... Oh my God. No, man. Just no. I can't with that name. Well, if I can't really expect there to be anything other than garbage in a garbage basket. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Nailed carefully into the wall is a shelf containing various bottles of paint. I've always sucked at painting. Nothing of use. A large iron kettle hangs over an open fire as the contents within bubble furiously. Wonder how long this has been cooking for. Maybe the old man forgot about the fire leaving. Or before leaving. Well, come on, open it! Open the damn thing. You're just gonna look at it, but don't open it? Fuck. A framed painting of rolling green hills and farmland hangs high on the wall above the cooking pots. This looks familiar. I recognize some of those landmarks. Large wooden crates filled with dehydrated corn, peas, carrots, stacked on the floor. I'm getting hungrier by the minute. Once I find something of value upon, I'll have more than enough to fill my stomach. A large archaic door sits tucked in the corner of the room, bearing entrance to the dwelling beyond. Appears to be made of old stone and various bones cemented into the concrete slab. The door stands tall and immobile. However, there does appear to be a rusted iron lock holding it shut. This has to be some sort of vault. I'll bet this is where the old man keeps the good stuff. Wait a second. There's bones all over this thing. What the hell have you gotten yourself into, Ronnie? I really don't want to be here, but I don't have much of a choice. I've got to find that key to this vault. Judging from the spot where the key last was hidden, it wouldn't surprise me if the key to this door is hidden outside too. Maybe I should check the garden. Who's there? My heart is in my fucking stomach right now. Something ain't right about this place. Where's the doll? It's on the stove now. The doll sits quietly and still on the stovetop with crimson teardrops streaming down its face. Both of its hands extended towards Ronnie. One hand holds a razor blade, and the other is covered in blood. What the? How did you? Man, as if things weren't already fucked up enough. Now Tickle Me Elmo has somehow gained sentience. Tickle Me Elmo! No way! No! How would Tickle Me Elmo be in this? No, bro! No way! I gotta find this key and get out of here. Seriously. Tickle me, Elmo. A medium peach tree grows in the garden soil, producing fresh peaches that don't look fully developed yet. I think these could use a little more time to grow. Then why not be a farmer? Huge orange pumpkins lay sprawled across the patch, connected by thick vines. I mean, honestly, you could do a lot by growing specific fruit. I remember carving pumpkins as a kid. Back when life was easier. Way less stressful. Vibrant green cabbages bloom from the soil below.
I'm typically not one for greens, but I'm so hungry I'll eat just about anything right now. The scarecrow, it seems. Oh, that's not freaky. That's not scary. Uh-huh. Oh boy. A tall wooden stake protrudes from the ground, propping up an amalgamation of hay and burlap to form the shape of a man. The scarecrow stands silent and still over the budding crops below. Upon further inspection, there appears to be something glimmering from within. Well, fuck me running. This sure looks like a key to me. Ronnie extends his hand forward, gripping the key tight, while giving it a tug. The key breaks loose from the scarecrow's grip as hay hits the soil below.
Can I, repair that?
I'm just glad I don't have to carry around the whole damn thing inside.
Yeah, be glad. A huge apple tree sits tall above, flourishing with fresh fruit ripe for the picking.
Damn, those apples look delicious.
Ronnie reaches for the largest apple he can reach and plucks it from a low-hanging branch.
This is either the best apple I've eaten my entire life, or I'm just really, really hungry.
Oh, and the doll's gone. The doll is gone. Great. And it's on the bed. The doll sits perfectly still, resting quietly on the bed. It almost seems as though its eyes blink for a split second.
All right. This is freaking me the fuck out, man. I'm about to throw this little bitch on fire.
Breathe, Ronnie. Just breathe. Remember what you're here for.
Well, here goes nothing.
Ronnie pushes the key into the heavy iron lock and turns it gently.
Bingo.
The Chamber of Art. The heavy vault shuts loudly behind Ronnie as he peers around in the darkness. Torchlight dances in the distance, painting darkened silhouettes upon the chamber walls. A putrid smell of dirty iron and rotting meat fills the air, causing Ronnie to gag.
Oh, God! What is that smell? It reeks of decay down here.
I honestly do not want to swear too much. Within the darkness, or dark, dank depths of these chambers, a small, fluffy dog stares at Ronnie. The dog has a tag on his collar that reads, Mr. Jippers. Why does this dog look so familiar? I think the old lady had one just like this. The dog barks warmingly while scooting itself closer to the wall, eyes fixated on Ronnie. Hey, you don't seem like much to me. I've never been good with animals. He doesn't seem to like me too much. A blood-spattered stone table sits in the corner of the room, cold to the touch. Pressed against the filthy black wall of the chamber sits an old blood-stained throne. Some of the stains appear to be old and dry, yet some appear to be wet and fresh. Something tells me I shouldn't be here right now. I don't think I'm meant to see this. Jesus! God! I love these RPG Maker games, but even then, games like Misao, Mad Father, they get me, and that just... Ah, fuck off. I'm not one for getting jumped so easily, but that... Oh my god. I hate that. I hate when that happens. A strange figure appears from the darkness and charges Ronnie, bashing him over the head with a pipe and rendering him unconscious in the seat of the throne. Actually, I think you're right where you're supposed to be, Ronnie. After several hours have passed, Ronnie begins to come out of his coma. His head throbs achingly from being blindsided and struck from behind. Oh, God. My head is killing me. Where am I? How did I get here? Why am I tied to this chair? Ah, you're awake. Sorry about your head. You dropped like a sack of potatoes, let me tell you. I was actually worried you might not wake up. You've been out like a light for hours. Look, man, I think there's just a big misunderstanding. If you could just untie me, I'll be happy to go on my way and... A misunderstanding? You mean you weren't trying to break into an old man's home and rob the place while he's out of town? Because from where I'm standing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of seems like you were trying to break into an old man's home and rob the place while he's out of town. Maybe misunderstanding is a poor choice of words? What I mean to say was, I fucked up. I made a big mistake, and I fucked up. Yeah, you sure did, pal. As a matter of fact, I don't think you quite realize just how badly you fucked up. But I'm gonna make sure you understand by the end of this. Please. Whatever you think it is, whatever you think you have to do, you don't. You don't have to do any of this. If you just let me go, I swear you'll never see me again. Well, that doesn't sound very fun. Now does it, Ronnie? How do you know my name? Oh, poor Ronnie. I know a great deal about you. More than you can imagine. I've been watching you for some time now, monitoring the places you go, people you talk to, getting a good idea for your schedule and practices. Who are you? Where's the old man that lives here? I'm afraid there is no old man, Ronnie. Just me, and now, you. But the letter said an old man owned this place, and he was out of town until Thursday. Which would give you just enough time to come here and grab some valuables and leave before he got back. Yes, I know what the letter said, Ronnie. I don't understand. Who do you think wrote that letter, Ronnie? Arthur! He's my best friend and accomplice. He left it for me on the tavern on his way out. Wait. Did you just say your best friend, Arthur? Yes? That's too good. I'm not following. Your friend has nothing to do with that letter, Ronnie. I'm the one who wrote the letter. Then why was it signed with his name? Because my name also happens to be Arthur, I suppose. Isn't that a fantastic coincidence? You can call me Art, by the way. A work of art. And his name is Art, or short for Arthur. So my Arthur doesn't know anything about this job. As far as I'm aware, he doesn't. Which means no one even knows I'm here right now. And that sounds about right, my guy. Holy cannoli, what an unfortunate set of circumstances. Whew. Well, for you, that is. I personally lucked out with that whole coincidental name thing. And truth be told, I didn't even know where I signed that letter. That was just reckless of me. Just a damn subconscious habit, I guess. So if you're the one who wrote the letter, then why? Why do you have to gain? What do you have to gain by luring me here? Well, that's when things get interesting, my friend. You see, you took something away from me that I had grown rather fond of. I never stole anything from you, man. I don't even know you. Miss Holtzman, my neighbor and friend. You broke into her home, stole her belongings, and snatched her very life from her. It wasn't supposed to go that way. No one was supposed to get hurt. It was supposed to go nice and smooth. Just simple smash and grab and be on my way. But that's not what happened, is it, Ronnie? It was an accident. I swear. I was going to go through some drawers in the upstairs bedroom, and that's when I heard her coming home. She must have heard me rummaging around upstairs because she started shouting angry threats and obscenities at me from down below. Then before I could climb up the window, I heard the old bag shuffling up those creaky wooden stairs, and fast too. I quickly rushed out of her room and met her at the top of the stairs. She had something in her hand. I think it might have been a rolling pin, but I didn't get a good look. Everything's just happened so fast. I didn't even mean to shove her. My hands, they just sprung forward and... And what, Ronnie? Your hands sprung forward and what? That was a question, Ronnie. Now give me an answer. I pushed her. She tumbled backwards down the stairs, broke her neck against the wall at the bottom. It wasn't supposed to go that way. That wasn't the plan, I swear. It was an accident. It's not my fault. Not your fault? How is it not your fault? If you hadn't been in her home, robbing her of what little that poor old woman had to her name, she'd still be alive right now, wouldn't she? Wouldn't she? I guess she would. Yeah. Good. We're making progress. I'm proud of you, Ronnie. Takes a lot to admit something like that aloud to a complete stranger. So, does that mean you're gonna let me go? Not a chance. I'm afraid you're gonna be here for a while, Ronnie. Make yourself comfortable. Are you hungry? All day I've been preparing a lovely pot of stew that would make Mother proud. I'll pour some for us.
Now, don't go running off anywhere in a hurry, alright?
Yeah, I don't think you've got to worry about that. Wait, but before you go, I just gotta ask. What's with the creepy dolls, man? The what now? The doll. That creepy little thing that held the key to the front door. Why would you hide your key on a doll? I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about, Ronnie. I placed a spare key on the tree stump near the wall. Or near the well. Is that not where you found it? You're fucking with me, aren't you? I even lit a fire nearby just so you wouldn't miss it. I'm gonna go grab us some stew now. Try to get some rest, Ronnie. I think that blow to your head might have done some more damage than anticipated. Art gave Ronnie a playful wink before departing to fetch a bowl of stew from upstairs. I bet we're gonna see that doll. Oh, I'm playing as Art now. Okay. Is the doll here? Yes, it is. That one. The doll sits perfectly still at the large wooden table. Bloodstains are smeared upon her cheeks and across her lips. That's odd. This must be the doll Ronnie was referring to, but how'd she get down here? Mother used to make dolls in the attic. I haven't had a chance to go through all of her belongings yet. It's beyond me how this dolly could be her favorite. I'm gonna need some bowls. I should check the cabinet in the kitchen. I'll just take one of these for my guest and a small one for myself. And then I'll be on my merry way. Art carefully takes several bowls from the stack in the cupboard and places the rest back on the shelf. Thankfully, Mother cleaned these bowls before she passed. I haven't had the motivation to do any chores since she's gone. Yum. This stew smells delightful. Art carefully ladles a couple of portions of soup from the boiling kettle and into the bowls. This is gonna be a treat. I can't wait to share this with our new guest. Well, hello there, friend. I've returned with dinner, and I cannot wait for you to Upon looking at Ronnie's position, Art notices that the rope that bind him have been tampered with. Still tied to the chair, it almost seems as though Ronnie has been making small progress towards breaking free, as there are fresh rope burns on his wrists that were not present prior to Art leaving the chamber. Have you been trying to wiggle yourself free and escape, Ronnie? Facial expressions of dread flow from Ronnie as he shifts uncomfortably in the chair. No? Don't lie to me, Ronnie. Don't you ever lie to me. I will do awful things to you, Ronnie. Horrific, vile, ugly things, if I ever find out that you've lied to me. The look of dread on Ronnie's face has spread to the rest of his person, and he begins to tremble in fear at the thought of what the man might do to him in this vulnerable, bound state. I'm sorry. I'm just a little uncomfortable and the ropes were really digging in, you know? I won't try that again, I promise. If you had just said that to begin with, we could have worked something out, Ronnie. Unfortunately for you, your thoughtless actions have cost you supper, and the missed opportunity of tasting the best home-cooked stew recipe that had ever come close to gracing your undeserving tongue. Art places several bowls onto the bloody stone table in the corner of the room. Shame. I think I've lost my appetite as well. Ronnie shifts uncomfortably in the chair while making intense eye contact with Art. Hey, I'm sorry to ruin your dinner. It was awfully kind of you to go through all that effort. And I'm really sorry about your neighbor too. Thank you, Ronnie. I'm sorry too. She was an unlikely friend to me, really. Born of necessity rather than want or even choice. You see, we didn't spend much time together, but we'd chit-chat every now and then we'd think, and then when taking our garbage to the curb each week, I was never too fond of her annoying yapping little dog. Always shitting in my yard. Sorry, Mr. Jippers. But to a hermit like me, one whom has no friends, no family, no colleagues, the occasional bit of socialization was quite the welcoming commodity. I can see how lonely things get around here. When you live that kind of life, you said no colleagues. What do you do? Ah, thank you for asking. I fancy myself a painter of sorts. Each painting you see in here, and those upstairs, they're all mine. You're a pretty talented guy there, Art. I couldn't draw a stick figure to save my life. Well, here's hoping you'll never have to. Ronnie and Art momentarily share a nervous, awkward chuckle with one another. Here's to hoping, eh? Speaking of, what are your plans here? Like, what is it you want with me? Oh, that's simple, Ronnie. I want to paint you. You want to paint me? That is, in fact, what I said, yes. That's it? But why? Well, I figured with what you've taken away from me, I might as well get something out of it. I watched as you snuck into Miss Holtzman's house late at night, Ronnie. I heard her scream, and I heard the commotion inside. I waited for you to take your leave, and I went and checked on her soon after. I found her unconscious and not breathing at the bottom of the stairs. I left that morning to fetch local authorities. But before painting her too, but not before painting her too. You painted your dead neighbor? Well, of course. I knew once she was in the ground, I'd never see her again. So I took my time to capture a memory that I can look upon whenever I feel the need. But then, I realized I couldn't just paint Ms. Holtzman, for that would only be capturing half the story. I needed both halves for my collection. I needed to paint you too, Ronnie. And now that I've got you here, I can. Okay. A little weird, but I'm not one to yuck someone else's yum. Quite the odd way of saying something like that, but I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna say anything. So then, once you're done painting me, you'll untie me? Well, obviously. I have no use for you after I'm finished my painting. Besides, you're sitting in my favorite chair. You can't hog the best seat in the house forever. Alright. So, when do we get started? Oh, an eager model you are! I like that! If you're so eager, we can start right now! Honestly, I'm starting to cramp in this position. So the sooner we start, the better for me. I'm ready whenever you are. Wonderful! I'm so excited. I will fetch my supplies from upstairs. Now, don't go anywhere, Ronnie. I mean it this time. Wouldn't even dream of it. Let's see if that doll moved. Strung high on the wall, draped to the dirt-covered floor, is a long stained curtain. Two bowls of stew sit on the blood-spattered stone surface as flies begin to swarm the contents of the dishes. Ah, great. The dog does a happy little dance in place, gleefully gleaming art with enthusiasm and jubilation. Aww. Hey there, Mr. Jippers. You keep a close watch on our guests here, and I'll give you a nice treat later. Got it? Good boy. All right, and the doll is on the stool where we have the food. All right, gonna need to grab a few things. I have to find my brushes, my paint, and my palette. Oh, I can't wait! The doll sits silent and still at the edge of the fire. She appears to be holding a small bowl of stew. Hey, you must like Mother's recipe too. Excellent taste, madam. We need to open the bottom. I'm gonna need a few of these. Art carefully selects several paintbrushes from the drawer, stuffs them into his sash. Might as well grab these too. Pulls out a bag of tools before shutting the drawer. I'll need a few bottles of paint. Art hurriedly empties the shelf of its contents and stuffs them into his sash. These shades will look so vibrant on canvas. And now for the last one. This? Looks like the dog's broken the cage again. I'll have to figure out a better containment method for that mutt. Hey now. Ronnie rests uncomfortably in the chair, still bound tightly with rope awaiting what's to come. Cooking is an art form in its own right. The creative process is what I find most attractive about most of my hobbies. I remember when I sketched these. My first year as an artist was rough, to say the least. I'll bust this baby open soon enough. I still can't believe no one saw me sneak this out of the tavern. Damn, man. Couple of my old drawings that didn't turn out. I'll empty this later. Seriously, where is it? A portrait of a royal woman hangs high on the wall above the cooking pot. Sitting in the lap of a woman rests a small handcrafted doll. Portrait of my mother holding her favorite doll. I painted her with a crown because she always used to call me her little prince. Mother never seemed to go anywhere without her dolly. Wait, this? This doll is her favorite? Okay. barley might just be my favorite ingredient to put in stew. There's no time to sleep. I have much to work to do while our guest is here. Yeah, well, where is it? We'll just grab some water and pellets from the shelf here. Art hurriedly empties a shelf of its contents and stuffs them into his sash. Ah, yes, these will work well. Oh. Had to grab both shelves. I've returned with my supplies. I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for this moment. So all I have to do is sit here and look pretty, right? That's right. I'll do all the hard parts. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable while I get started. Art pulls his art supplies from his person and sets them on the floor between Ronnie and his art station. All right, Ronnie. Stay perfectly still for me. Sure thing. Art begins to mix various colors of paint together, carefully selecting them from his palette and painting upon his fresh canvas with his brush. Each stroke of his brush creates a new layer of paint on the canvas, providing depth to each piece, or to the piece. Minutes quickly pass and soon turn into hours. The art begins to come alive with each new layer added. I feel like I've been sitting forever. How's it coming along there, Art? Oh, it's magnificent, Ronnie. Or at least, it will be when it's finished. I'm really starting to get cramped here. Are we almost done? You can't rush perfection, Ronnie. We have much work to do before we're through here. Can we maybe take a break then? I feel like these ropes are cutting off circulation to my nads. If we take a break, it's only going to take longer. Mind over matter, Ronnie. Mind over matter. I gotta take a piss, though. Mind over matter, Ronnie. You got this. How am I supposed to mind over matter my piss away? You'll figure it out. I believe in you. No. No. I feel like this piece is missing something. So close, yet so far. It's good, but not great. Something is off. I can sense it. Can you sense that I'm about to piss my pants all over your favorite chair? Because I am. What could be missing, I wonder? Regularly scheduled bathroom breaks, I'll bet. Aha! I've got it! Art stands from his stool and walks towards Ronnie. He begins rummaging through his bag of tools until he finds what he's looking for. Are you gonna time me for a minute, pal? I really wasn't kidding. Gotta pee like a pregnant lady having a sneeze attack. Art pulls out his bag a long, sharp, serrated tool. A rusty, old carpenter's saw with a black leather grip. Huh. You're gonna cut me free then. Just, watch the sack, you know. Why is he... Just... Why? Why the nuts? Why the nuts? Now sit still for me, Ronnie. This shouldn't take long. Art grabs a hold of Ronnie's wrist, firmly gripping it so that he cannot pull away. He presses the saw blade against Ronnie's skin as a look of panic begins to flood Ronnie's face. Wait! What are you doing?
Art begins pushing and pulling the saw back and forth against Ronnie's wrist, the teeth of the saw blade gnawing through flesh and bone with relative ease.
Oh God! Oh no! Fuck! Oh God! Please.
There we go. Ah, my model is looking so much better. My hand! You cut off my hand! How very observant for you, Ronnie. Now shush. We're almost done. Here's a treat for keeping a close eye on our guest and being such a good boy, Mr. Jippers. Art picks up Ronnie's severed hand from the dirty floor and tosses it to the dog. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Mr. Jippers joyfully wags his tail as he ravenously gnaws on the hand. Oh, come on! That is like the complete opposite of cool, man. What part of shush do you not understand? Now, be still for a moment. Art kneels down lower, resting his hand on Ronnie's thigh while positioning the saw blade above his kneecap, and he begins to rock the saw back and forth, cutting through cartilage, tendon, and bone like butter.
Please don't do this. Please don't. No, no, no. Oh, fuck.
God damn you, you freak! What have you done to me? Can't you see? I'm making you into a masterpiece, Ronnie. More like masterpieces, you fuck. Oh, Ronnie. 'Tis but a scratch. You'll heal in no time. Are you kidding me? I'm bleeding out here, man. Merely a flesh wound, Ronnie. I'd say 2-3 hours recovery at most. Whoa. That's actually a lot of blood, Ronnie. No shit, fucko. You just hacked off 2 of my limbs. What do you think would happen, you dumbass? For what is the price of priceless art, Ronnie? An arm and a leg, apparently. Too true. Well, we're here now. Might as well make the most of it, eh? Listen, you're going to untie me right now and get me to a doctor, or so help me. Slow down there, Ronnie. You're in no position to be making demands here. You really don't have much of a leg to stand on. Oh, you... Here. I'll make you a counteroffer. Art reaches into his tool bag and pulls out a heavy steel hammer. I'll make this nice and easy for you, so you don't have to suffer through the next part. Sound like a deal? Please. You don't have to do this. I wish someone would have been there to offer you those words before you did what you did to my friend Ronnie. But I have to do this. I've had to do this since the night you've entered Miss Holtzman's home and took her life. You've awakened something that sleeps deep within me. It lives within the darkest recesses of my soul, something that I've worked hard to keep dormant for as long as I could. And you're not the first, Ronnie. I'm sure you won't be last either. But just as I preserved her memory, I shall preserve yours too. Please. Must be another way.
Art raises the steel hammer above his head while gazing into Ronnie's eyes. He brings the hammer down upon the top of Ronnie's skull with vengeance and wrath-fueled force, striking him over and over and over again.
Please, no.
Ronnie's body rests lifelessly, slumped deep into the bloodstained chair. Art looks upon his model with uncertainty.
Something still isn't right. A detail must be missing. Art quietly ponders to himself for a moment, grasping for answers to solve his puzzled mind. He reaches into his tool bag one last time to scour the remainder of his tools, before settling on one in particular, a set of forceps. Art brings his forceps to Ronnie's face before digging them gingerly into his eye sockets. After digging around inside the hole, he finds a firm grip on the eyeball and successfully removes it from its Oh dear God! There! It's perfect. I couldn't ask for a better model. Art returns to his canvas and begins furiously painting once more. Deep into the hours of the night, he works, never slowing, nor stopping. So he literally just brutally kills this man. It is finished. My masterpiece is finally complete. Art grabs hold of the curtain and yanks it down to reveal his work. Good God! Now that is what I'd like to call a work of art. Art peers over at Ronnie's disfigured body, mangled beyond recognition. What a disaster! You sure are a messy boy, Ronnie. But I thank you for your sacrifice. Quite the mess we have here. How am I ever going to clean this? You wouldn't happen to be willing to lend me a hand now, would you, Mr. Jippers? Mr. Jippers barks happily while wagging his tail. Mr. Jippers drops Ronnie's severed hand at Art's feet and stares up at him joyfully. That's not quite what I meant, but I appreciate the effort, boy. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Oh, boy. Oh, that is... Whew, that is not what I was expecting to see. God damn. After countless hours of dismembering, digging, and burying, Art finishes cleaning the mess he made and disposing of any potential evidence. He bends down to plant a singular seed with the empty eye socket. Don't mind the volume on that. So basically, he planted the eye socket into the ground. Wait, what? Wait. What? Oh my God. What? Oh my God. I'll never know. I will never know.
There you go, Ronnie. One day you'll grow up to be a big, strong apple tree. In the meantime, you'll be doing wonders for my soil. It's been quite a night. But I do feel mighty productive, if I do say so myself. I haven't checked on my garden in a while. I should probably see how my plants and trees are doing before I hit the hay. I can't wait to make these into such a lovely pumpkin pie. Vibrant green cabbages. These will make great for cabbage soup. I'm so proud of this tree coming along. It's difficult not to eat the peaches yet. Bulbous onions, just waiting to be harvested. These onions will go wonderfully with so many recipes I've yet to cook. Oh, Ronnie boy. I'm gonna miss you. At least you'll make fantastic fertilizer for my garden. I'll think about you every time I cook something with these vegetables. In a way, it's kind of like you've never really gone. You're just helping me around the garden, you know? I think you're more useful this way. May you serve a better purpose in death than you did in life, Ronnie. Small turnips. They appear to be half-eaten by some critter. Damn critters. Always digging up and eating my turnips before they're ready. Ah! Mr. Jippers stares up at Ronnie with big puppy dog eyes, tongue flopping out of the side of his mouth and chewing Ronnie's chewed up hand resting at his feet. You know, for as much of a pain in the ass you've been over these years, you sure are cute. I can see why Miss Holtzman liked you. Oh boy. Old shovel. Yeah, that was a lot of work. Wish a dog would have helped a little. That's alright, Mr. Chippers. You were a good moral support. Thanks for keeping me company, boy. Various flowers bloom in the pots, presenting different shapes, shades, and aromas. These flowers were some mother's favorites. I like to grow them in her memory. My favorite tree in the orchard. I should plant more of these. Art pauses for a brief moment after inspecting the apple tree more closely. Has someone taken one of my apples? And they took the biggest apple on the tree at that. No. He noticed. That's just poor apple etiquette. I am not amused. He noticed. Fresh chives. Oh, I just love chives. Both decorative and delicious. I gotta see what would happen if we don't take the biggest apple. These herbs are the secret to any good dish. They're so versatile. Oh. Oh. Command? What? Is there something like... Oh. Well, that's bizarre. How'd you get out here? The blood-soaked doll looks as though it's holding something in its hand. Upon further inspection, the doll appears to be holding a human eyeball. Art takes the eyeball from the doll and examines it closely. Dude, why are you examining it? Why does that look like something that was made to be for Terraria?
Why does that look like art made to be like it's goddamn Eye of Cthulhu? Why? That is so creepy. Oh my god.
Oh, this here seems to belong to Ronnie.
How on earth did you get this? Art leans down and places the eyeball firmly into the hand of the doll. There we go. Now I can keep an eye on you. Get it? Okay. A work of art. Message from the devs. Thank you so much for taking time to play a work of art. We really hope you enjoyed your experience. Also, for those who stay until the end of this message, there might be a pretty nifty little surprise waiting for you that you won't want to miss. Just saying. We would like to take a moment to share a sentiment from our team to you. We appreciate all of the support players have given us over the years, and we wanted to give players a new experience that they haven't seen from our previous titles. This game was very much a passion project for us, and while it differs from most of our Choices Matter style experiences, which I do love those. We had such a blast pouring our heart and soul into this experience. We also understand that the world is in general is a very tough spot at the moment, and people are struggling mentally, physically, and financially. This is why we decided to make this title completely free. We know that times are tough, and not everyone can afford more than the basic necessities in life at the moment. And that's true. That is so hard and rough to hear. It hurts. It really does hurt. So this game is our way of hopefully providing you with a temporary distraction from the struggles of life with no cost out of your pocket. We appreciate you, and hold on. Oh god, I got a sneeze coming along. And we really do hope you enjoy what we've created. I did enjoy your previous creations. I really did. I love them. Especially with a work of art. It was really good. For being an hour to 2 hours long, depending on what you do and how long you take, this is a really good short experience of a story. As we do with all of our games, we would like to offer you an opportunity to be chosen as a character in our future games. Oh, please. Chaos, Mr. Kerfuffles, either one. I would really appreciate it. Whichever name that I go by, I would absolutely love it. Fuck it. But even then, whoever gets lucky enough, congrats. Kudos to you. Lucky. Many of the characters you see in our games are actually the names of players or names chosen by players from previous titles. Yeah, I also did throw in a name in the ring as well. We would like to give you a special word unique to your playthrough if you wish to be part of our upcoming titles and have your name selected to be in a future game. Please leave your special word in a comment for us. Oh, I always have. My special word is kitten. Aww. Participation is completely optional, so if you do not wish to be in a game or choose the name of a character to appear in a future title, then simply leave your special word out of your comments, and we will not select you. Oh, I got to. I just got to. We read each and every comment we get on all of our titles, so none are missed. We also use these words to help develop future titles, such as our big project, Chasing Demons, the newest game coming out, which you can now wishlist on Steam. If you're new to our titles, then just know that each person in them is given a word unique to them for each of our games, which they will then be able to combine into chasing demons to create a custom tailored gaming experience specific to each individual. Which means that whatever happens in your playthrough of chasing demons may not appear in your friend's experience when they play, ensuring that each player gets their own unique version of the game. That is absolutely insane, but just completely amazing. Once again, thank you all so much for your support, and we hope to see you again in the next one. Until next time, treat each other with kindness, stay positive, and always remember, it might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever. A work of art. This was beautiful. Oh man. A lonely ruffian sits on his bar stool, drowning his sorrows deep in his cups. Ronnie, where are you, man? It's been weeks. It's not like him to just disappear without saying anything. I hope he's alright. The man takes another swig of his ale as a tear begins to roll down his face. Hey, you wouldn't have to be Arthur, would you? Well, ma'am, that would depend on who's asking. The barmaid sets a crimson-stained envelope. Oh no, not again. Someone came in here earlier and wanted me to give this to you. Are you sure it's for me? Pretty sure. I think they said their name was Ronnie. She has to be in on this. Okay, now that looks pretty cool. Interesting. Interesting. This is really hitting hard. This is really hitting hard, goddamn. And there's Ronnie's hand. And a sigh. Oh my god. Each of the names in the game, as well as our other titles, are names chosen by players or the names of other players. We select players who leave comments on our titles with their secret words and let them choose the names of the character or of characters to appear in games. Okay, yep, I was one of them. We appreciate you and we want you to feel that appreciation directly. If we haven't reached out to you, select a name yet, rest assured, we select new players each and every day to add their names to the lists for character creation, so stick around and we'll definitely reach out. If you select a name and haven't seen it in-game yet, don't worry. We have lots of projects in the works, and we apply those names to characters we feel would fit those names best. So expect to see that name in a future title. Please feel free to check out our other titles if you wish to support us further, or if you just want to experience other games we've made. We're also putting out a few musical albums on Steam soon as well. If you enjoy the song you're listening to now, you can find our music on Steam under these titles. You can also find other games on our title screen under our other games. Thank you from the bottom of our heart as we wish you a wonderful day. We look forward to reading your comments and seeing your names as we work to include them in future titles and credits. Until next time, Randumb Studios. This was really amazing. It's beautiful. To the dev that contacted me, just honestly, thanks for making these games. A beautiful collection of darkness. And that, everyone, was a work of art. God damn. Oh my god. That was absolutely beautiful. Just so beautiful. I was not expecting for something like this. And personally, I would gladly support the dev. Because these games are honestly something really, really one to look into. Well, if you are into these kinds of games at least. Like, for example, of the test, going over specific questions and giving your own specific answer to know how you would feel deep inside of yourself. Like, for example, the test, Secrets of the Soul. You will answer a series of questions that will reveal things from deep within. Some will be uncomfortable, while great knowledge comes from great sacrifice. Can you make it all the way through the test? And are you sure you want the answers that you seek? Honestly, I would gladly wait for the next game to come out. I surely will. And honestly, this was really a very fun experience to go through. And honestly, I would go through the test games, Horoscope, Confession, and some of the others that are also in the same. But that is going to end things here for now. So thank you everyone so much for watching. If you would like to see more, please do remember to like and subscribe, and I shall see all of you in the next one. Take care. Peace.